What's good, YouTube? It's your boy AyCartii, and in today's video we got the best guard builds that I've seen in NBA 2K25 so far. Now before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications because I'm going to be grinding these 2K25 videos. I already have like 20 video ideas already ready to go for y'all boys, bangers, and when I get in the game and I get my hands on it myself, then more ideas are going to come in. I'll be putting out the best content for y'all boys. I was the top player in this year's game, and I feel like I post good, funny content as well, so I try to give y'all both. I try to make y'all better and make y'all laugh. So drop a like, subscribe, and let's get straight into it right now. Listen, looking at this build, this is a build Solo posted. Okay, a lot of people posted this build, but I'm using Solo's version because this build was fucking insane. Shout out to Solo. This build, it is patched, they said. Okay, now here's another thing. This is a 5'9" build. We're not sure, even though it has 99 steel, we're not sure how this shit plays, right? So people are gonna have to test things out before I actually say, oh yeah, this is the best build of all time. Because truthfully, none of these builds are gonna be the best build in the game. They're gonna be the ones that look like they'd be the best, you know, in my opinion, before I actually get into the game, because we don't know the meta. And that's why I'm here. I'm be updating y'all boys on the meta. As soon as it comes out, you will know. You don't have to wait 3 months for it to come out on YouTube, or 2 months, or a month for your favorite YouTuber to be like, okay, now that I got it mastered, I'm gonna put everybody else on. I put y'all on immediately. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this build got patched. They said it's not by much, that they're still good, but what it's looking like is the shorter you go, the more attributes you get. Because look, you get a 99.3, what the fuck, a 99 ball handle, OD, and a 99 steal, OD. If you're going off just 2K24 terms, right? A 99 steal is just insane. 99 ball handle is insane. There's no reason for that. 99 three-pointer is also insane. No reason for that, right? So realistically, this build still might get like a 97-3, 95 ball handle, and like a 95 steal. And then it's like, okay, is that good? But the big thing is it got 11 legend badges, most in the game, which is kind of insane. Those legend badges are probably going to be really souped because it's the first time they've been out. So I'm sure they don't want to be underwhelming. So the chance that they're, you know, pretty overpowered might be good. So if you have 11 of them things, they're probably going to be really good. But this build right here is insane, all right, obviously. And I'm going to be trying to make a crazy 5'9" to post, the best 5'9" possible to post, because they are, no matter what, probably going to get the most attributes in the game, right? So by attributes, you're probably going to be able to make the quote-unquote best builds with this 5'9" height, okay? That's just probably how it's going to be. Now, this build right here is probably, besides the 5'9", which, I mean, you could even say it's a little bit better because the height, right? Because I think height is going to be more important than people are thinking. But, in my opinion, just going off like 2K24 knowledge, right? This build would be good in 2K24, right? And there's a lot of things that's different about this builder. All right, for example, I don't know if you see my cursor, okay? In 2K24, your post control was not tied to your ball handle. So there's people out there can make post scores with a 92 post control, gets gold unpluckable, and your ball handle could be a 25. That there's so many, and this is like that in a bunch of different ways. There's a lot of things that little attributes are tied to. Like your driving dunk might be tied to speed, agility, fucking vertical. It might be tied to a bunch of shit, and standing dunk. Like you never know, and driving layup, you know, and close shot, because this close shot's 80. That's not what it was before. Your close shot was like a 50, maybe a 60. So there's going to be a lot of things that are tied together. So yes, you got more leeway, but there's a lot more you are forced to put up. But in my opinion, this build's really good. Okay, I'll tell you why. 93 driving dunk, you're going to be able to put your badge elevator on this. I think you get gold or Hall of Fame posterizer. I think it's gold, he said, which is going to be insane. Gold posterizer is an insane badge. I think you normally unlock it at 96. But that's when you go from like a 87 or like a 90 driving dunk, and that's the last time you unlock packages until 96 driving dunk. I'm pretty positive on that. So this build, something like that, because obviously you're going to tweak this thing when you get into the builder. Now it is very good, but I guarantee you, even Double H himself, if he gets on the builder whenever the game comes out on September 4th, he's going to tweak this to a degree. If he was to make this again, right? He would tweak this to some degree. I fucking can almost guarantee it. Once he can test out sigs, and he might change his he might change the ball handle. Once he can test out other things, like once he sees when you get a cap breaker for the first time, he might drop his three-point shot all the way down to an 89 and then put shit elsewhere, because he knows he's gonna put his first +5 cap breaker. He's gonna put it on his three-pointer and make it go up to a 94 again. You never know. You get what I'm saying? Shit, he might even put some on his steal, because like the cap breakers work, You have to be able to have that potential in your build, right? It can't be like, you can't put a cat breaker on your interior defense. It's maxed out. You understand what I'm saying? You can't even put a +1 on it, or a +2, +3, +4, +5. You can't. It's not possible because your build in the builder doesn't have that potential. So since his build has potential here, and even if he lowers his gifts, so like for example, if you wanted to put a +5 on, you'd have to lower this to a 63, which would be stupid. You wouldn't want to put it on that, but if you were going to plan on it, you had to put this to a 63. That way when you get it, you can put it up to 68. You can't go higher than your build's potential, right? That's another thing. There's just a lot of things that are going to be they have to check that out in the game. These people at community day, they couldn't see the rewards. They didn't know when you're getting your cat breakers. I think they knew when you get your badge elevators, which is like level 30. So if this badge is silver or gold, it's going to go to Hall of Fame. So that's something that's very cool and that's very important. I hope I'm spitting some knowledge for y'all boys that don't really know too much about the game. This guy got insane dunks. The layup's good. You got to see what floaters you can get with this, because realistically, what I might do is if you get your first cat breaker very soon, I might lower my 3 at first, okay? Or even my mid-range, shit, because I might lower my 3-pointer and my mid-range, and then that's going to give me a lot of attributes, right? So say you get like 2 + 5 cat breakers by like starter 3 or something like that, right? I'm probably going to make my first build in that way, because then you lower that. All right, it just depends on what your type of rep grinding work ethic is and how fast they're going to level up, right? So you say like, again, 85 layup was Devin Booker this year, so you could get this to like an 85 easily if you take down some of your 3, and you could put your speed up higher, your agility, because we don't know what agility is. I know we know it has to do with your lateral quickness. I understand that, but we don't really know what the difference is till we get our own hands on it. So I go in here and test out a 99 speed, 99 agility build in the builder, and then have all the sigs on I normally would, and then use 85, 77. I don't know the actual true difference on the defense, the moving, the spot finding. You don't know. So that's what I'm saying. We just don't know. But this shooting, the 93 driving dunk, the 93 ball handle, the 91 steal, if it's Plux or OP again, hopefully you're not a complete moron on defense. If you can just get in front of someone in the paint and you can just play hands up defense, you should get stops. I'm sorry to say it, but if you have a 68 interior defense, 63 block. Now, am I saying if you have a 94 driving dunk or 93 and this guy, gets there late and he jumps perfect at the perfect time, but it's just a little bit late, you should be yamming on him, right? But if you can play defense, you should be able to get stops in the paint. You shouldn't be a complete moron. If I'm upgrading it to this point, I better not be a complete moron. If it's going to chew up that much in my build right here, I better not be a complete moron. The speed looks good. The agility, I don't know. It's just this being 6'3" and this being your speed and agility worries me. But this is just off the assumption that it's going to be like 2K24 and it's not going to be as important as you would think, right? But we just don't know, okay? So in 2K24 terms, this is an amazing build. With what he was able to do, this was an amazing build. It's probably the best build I've seen, okay? Double H's guard build is probably the best build I've seen. I understand pass accuracy for some people, right? But this is like, if you're playing, this is going to be good enough. I don't know. I'm saying again, for 24, 71 pass accuracy, just fine, bro. I have 53 pass accuracy and I play ISO. So I'm throwing across the damn court on a 2s with a 53 pass accuracy, and if you make a smart pass, it's really, you got to do it, because like I need my 92 3, 92 mid-range, 88 driving layup. I need my 87 perimeter, 91 steal, 70 blocks, 70 interior. I need my high speed, high agility. I need my high stamina, and that's it. Then you're a 99. Shit, I have an 86 ball handle. I got a 56 pass accuracy, 56 speed of ball, and that's all you can get. Like, you can't go up on your pass accuracy. You're maxed out. Unless you want to sacrifice your perimeter defense and get cooked on defense. Unless you want to make your build slower and then be slower on defense and slower in general. Or if you want to not get Devin Booker floater, wow, does that ruin the whole build? And then if you want to lower your 3, which is also Quill. No one wants to do that. You got to have a high 3 in last year's game. So, again, best build I've seen based on 2K24 things. The badges with everything that he did, and the fact that he's going to use his badge elevator on his driving dunk. He's going to get crazy badges on his ball handle, crazy badges for shooting, all the good animations most likely. They're probably not going to be missing out on many animations with this. 93 ball handle, 94 3-pointer, probably none at all. The best of the best in the game. Depending on if plucks are good or not, we don't know. This is amazing steel, and shit, you even have a bunch of room to put another cat breaker under steel and end up, I don't know what the steel could get up to. Let's go back. So the steel can get up to a 99. So eventually, if you wanted to, let's see him upgrade his steel. It never shows us what you need to get a 99 or get a Hall of Fame glove. It's probably 96, 94 for Hall of Fame interceptor, which if you is 96, you get Hall of Fame glove, Hall of Fame interceptor, right? With one of your cat breakers on this build. Putting +5 on here because you can get a 99, right? And then you use a badge elevator on it and you get legend glove. Is that not insane? Hall of Fame interceptor, legend glove, and this is the original build. Let me go back to the full final build on it. But yeah, this was the original build. This build can end up getting gold posterizer. Use a badge elevator on that. Maybe a badge elevator on your shooting, not really sure what. Probably something on your ball handle if there's anything that makes you faster that would hit. Anything that can make you shoot from farther or shoot more greens consistently, you should be doing that. Anything that can make your dunking better if you're going to be putting all these attributes into dunking. And then you could use a bat depending on what the best way to get stops is. If it's plucks, if it's just playing honest defense and being able to stay in front of them, then that's when perimeter defense is going to be more valuable. Speed and agility is going to be more valuable because just playing honest defense, what's going to get you stops, not the plucks. You get what I'm saying? If you have a high steal and you can just get plucks, then you don't really have to have the most perfect defense all the time. Like, you just need to be able to stay in front of them most of the time, get a hand up, and then when they put that ball in your face, you press that X button or that square button and you get it. That's what's important. So if that's the meta, this build could potentially, if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. Shout out to Swag X Godly. We got his video put up right now. So I was right. At a 96 steel, you're going to get Hall of Fame glove. So that build I just showed you that gets 91 steel, use a +5, right? Use a +5 cat breaker on it. You get a 96 steel, Hall of Fame interceptor, Hall of Fame glove. Use a badge elevator on glove. You can get legend glove on that build with a 94-3 and probably get another. You can get more legend badges, I'm sure, on that build. I just am not well versed in the builder. And once again, look at all these takeovers that it gets. All right, I think he said it gets 20 something takeovers. So a build like this, where you're prioritizing driving dunk, your 3, your ball handle, your defense, sacrificing a little bit of the speed and agility, and it gets sleepy. Like, you could take this, I don't know how cheap it is. I think he said it was very cheap, so you probably can't get too much crazy with this 60 defensive rebound, but it does give you bronze rebound chaser, which will help you get animations as a 6'3" point guard on the 3s and the 2s. Securing possessions is a very underrated thing. Whenever someone misses, when a team misses, securing the fucking possession is so important. Just getting the ball back into your hands, getting back on offense. At least in 2K24, that was something that was very, very important. Just being able to get back on offense, have the ball back in your hands. It was huge. So that's a good sleepy thing about this build. Now the thing is, let me go back to the block. Okay, so no matter what you do on a 6'3", you're not going to be able to get enough badges. Whatever you do on a 6'3", you're not going to be able to get enough block rating to get badges. So it's just, I mean, you just got to pray that this is good enough to get by. Now if it doesn't, you can't get by and you're getting dunked on and you're getting, you know, laid up on like you're not even there, then that's when this whole thing falls apart, right? Or like, it doesn't necessarily fall apart, but if you play and you want to be able to guard people in the paint, and it's like, you know, people are driving dunk over you every single time, and you're like, dude, I need some fucking interior defense here, I need more block, then it fucks up the build a little bit. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. Look, at a 93-3, you're missing out on this mini marksman badge, which he puts up to get to a 94, which I think takes his mid-range shot up to a 94, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it stays at 83, I don't remember. But there's no midi magician or anything like that. There's just the rating. So I'm not sure what you're going to need to be able to smack mid-ranges at a, you know, crazy rate. Like this year, like mid-range, like spamming that pro dribble move and mid-range fading was like very OP. That's why my build had 92-92, because you got Midi Magician Hall of Fame, and you got good 3-point shooting badges, you got Green Machine Gold, shit like that, Open Looks Hall of Fame. So yeah, but there's not that many badges for shooting this year. There's just not. They cut them way down. They combine these shits. So yeah, I mean, I think these might be all that they touched. I think that might be all of it. Let me see. All right, so mid-range, all you get is post-fade phenom. So that is exactly why he did what he did. Okay, so in my opinion, off the ones that I've watched, this right here is probably the best guard build in my opinion. Now you kind of understand why, because look at all these takeovers you get. The driving dunks can be insane. Based off 2K24 knowledge, it's insane, right? In my opinion, because it's basically 2K24 build but in 2K25, and he met the requirements for better badges in 2K25. So, like I said, he met the requirements to get this driving dunk as high as he needed it to get, and then he's going to put his badge elevator on it. And then right here, he could potentially get legend fucking glove and Hall of Fame interceptor with a 91 steal. Okay, which is eventually going to go up to 96 if you get your cat breaker. Shit, I might even put cat, depending on how important speed and agility are, I might put my cat breaker on speed and agility. Just depends how important they are, because I think they're very expensive, but it just depends how important they are, because normally what they try to do is make the things that are very good as expensive as possible, so you don't have a bunch of demigods running around. But I mean, who knows. This build also looks very good in my opinion. This is for someone that wants more pass accuracy. It's very similar. It just doesn't get the OP crazy high 89 is good. 89 driving dunk, you get dunks, you get contact dunks. 60 standing dunk, you probably lower that. But it's gonna give you what you basically had in the last videos, higher speed with ball, because I think you get gold lightning launch with that. The problem is, you know, like I said, in Double H's one, that was a very good 2K24, which I think it's gonna be similar. But no 2K ever plays the exact same. They always change something. There's things that are different in each 2K. So, making a 2K24 build, it looks good, but, and you know, he tweaked it to be 2K25-esque, but do we know if it's going to play the exact same? We don't know. We don't know how this shit's going to play. We don't know what's going to be important. So, if pass act is important, if gold lightning launch is important, this build's going to be pretty fucking good. Okay, because you're gonna have 89.3. You could use your if you lower your wingspan, which I think you probably did that for defense, but if you lower your wingspan to 6'7", like you said, you've seen what Double H build could get. You could put a cat breaker on that and easily get that high 3-pointer. You could easily put a cat breaker in a driving dunk and get that up to like a 4. So you could even get up to a 93 and then just put the badge deliverer on then. But it's gonna take longer for the build to be good. You get what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to upgrade and unlock those cat breakers and those badge elevators. So if you want it to be good off rip, then you're gonna have to do something different. But I think depending on when you unlock them, you should probably be making your first build planning on at least if the first one soon, if you get the first cat breaker soon, first badge elevator, definitely for the badge elevator, so you get at level 30. So you need to be having that in mind off rip. But the cat breaker that you get, that gets you the first +5, that's one of the ones you need to see. When am I gonna get that? Like, when do you think you're gonna unlock that? And if it's soon, then you probably should make that, you know, known when you make your first build. So like, yo, I'm gonna probably put it on my fucking driving dunk, so I probably shouldn't upgrade my driving dunk to a 93. I could put +4 on it and put a +1 somewhere else. You never know, right? So for my point guards like to pass and still have defense, I can't stand a motherfucking point guard that's a defensive liability unless it's a Pro-Am 5s or Rec 5s. But even Rec 5s, it's like you got to be able to clamp up, because I mean, no one's, if you're playing random Rec, no one's coming to help you, bro. No lock. I mean, most of the time, no lock is coming to switch on and watch you sit in the corner. You're normally, unless you fucking just run to the corner and they have awareness. But if you're playing random Rec and shit, then they're not gonna know. But yeah, so I can't stand a guard build that has that's a defensive liability, so that's why I'm only showing these guard builds with defense. But I know some people might like, oh, that's not a true point guard, like, it don't have pass accuracy, it doesn't have fucking pass accuracy, I can't, oh my god, this shit's a 71, I'm gonna cry, I can't pass the ball, it's not good enough. So we got 91 for y'all boys that are out there like that. Now you might not be able to stop a fucking little child from laying the ball up on you, but you're gonna have your pass accuracy, which you don't know how that interior defense is, because last year, low-key, the interior defense was pretty solid. Now, if you had a 25 and a 25, it was apparent. 25 interior, 25 block, but it's definitely better than it was in previous years, 100%. 100%. Some things, yes, there was BS, so I agree, okay? The Kobe jab step, the standing dunks, the floaters, I mean, driving dunk wasn't that bad. The floater, I mean, it was, but it wasn't. The floaters were bad. But yeah, so this build is a very good guard build for my players that want contact dunks. They want to be able to shoot, but they want to be able to dribble. This build, playmaking is what stands out, right? Obviously, it can do it all, really. and the playmaking is just insane. This is like a LaMelo Ball, like 3 inches shorter. This is what this reminds me of, like a LaMelo Ball with like 3 inches, maybe with a little bit less block, but I'm not really too sure how often he goes up for blocks and shit, but he has good defense. A little bit shorter, but this build is still going to be good. Now, for my guards out there that are going to be playing threes and sitting in the corner on defense, you're not going to be playing much defense. This build looked pretty solid, okay? I can't lie. He got Hall of Fame Lightning Launch, which is going to be able to badge elevate and get Legend Lightning Launch. So depending how good that badge is, this might be very interesting, especially for the threes and the fives, right? I'm trying to give a build for every guard out there right now, and I think I can't really find better builds than this. The agility is not really that big of a deal, I think, because I think this has to do with defense. The speed is apparently, and speed with ball is what has to do with offense. So I think you should be good. The shooting, throw a cat breaker on that, and you got 97.3, right? Which is going to be insane. And then throw a badge elevator on something there. And then realistically, I mean, just looking at this build, you probably would do, you could do 3 cat breakers, right? And where you get 15 attributes upgraded, right, to your build's potential. So if you wanted to, he'd go 97.3. I think that's what he can get. I'm not sure. That's the best you can get if he has that room. But 97.3. Then he could get 97 pass accuracy, or he could get 95 speed or ball. But he already gets Hall of Fame Lightning Launch, so I don't know if that's worth it. Then he could do 90 speed or something like that, and or get 90 or 80 vertical or something that will give him more animations, more badges, something, right? Something. But for people that don't want defense on their guard build and they just want to be an offensive monster, this build looks pretty good. I don't know how soon, like I said, you're going to get that first +5, but that would be huge to get it to your 97.3. And then you don't even have to get your layup this high, I don't think, unless it's tied to something. He didn't show upgrading it, he just showed the picture. I'm not sure if it's tied to anything, so don't take my word for that. But I'm going to be looking at floaters. I'm going to be trying to find an OP floater day one, right? That's going to be one of my main goals, is try to find an OP floater, see if you can hit contested one, see if you can cross over and get a floater every single time. That's good. Anything like that, you know, that gives me similar vibes to 2K24, we will be trying to get it. So, because I already know what that is. I already know that meta's unstoppable, at least for now. Okay, now if the defense comes out and there's a lot of ways to stop it, then I'll have to adjust and make a new build. It is what it is. But right now, motherfuckers can't stop it. So if it's in 2K25 and I know people can't stop it, I'm gonna be trying to get it on my build. So that is one of the most important things I'm gonna be trying. First is my floater, the dribble moves, and then the shooting, right, is the most important. Then the steal. I will be trying to steal out because there's very plucks are very prominent in 2K24. But yeah, I mean, this build overall for just my small guard shooters, stuff like that, my hoopers, hopefully you can get a good floater animation, Trae Young floater, with at least Trae Young floater. I've seen Trae Young floater is good, at least Trae Young floater. So when you can't dunk, you can get a floater. And if there's heat check, floaters give you heat check. Dunks don't give you heat check, which is part of the reason why it was so good this year, why everyone went floater over dunk by the end of the year, is because it was cheaper in the builder and it gave you heat check. The dunk didn't give you heat check and it was way more expensive in the builder. Okay, because driving layup was just tied to driving layup. Maybe a little bit close shot, but you didn't have to upgrade your vertical when you upgraded your driving dunk, or when you upgraded your layup. You had to when you did your dunk. So those are the best guard builds that I've seen. This is truly Huncho's guard build. Shout out to him. Those were the best guard builds that I've seen so far for each type of guard. A guard that wants to be a playmaker with pass ac and have defense. A guard that doesn't want that much, it does have decent pass ac. Double H's video had a good pass ac, so you don't say that. But if you want elite pass ac, there you go. Okay, so if you want a guard that can do everything, Double H's. If you want a guard that can do everything except play interior defense that well, Kang Doom. He made a good 6'4". And truly Huncho, the last build with a just basically offensive masterclass. There you go. And then Solos 5'9", of course, if that build is still available to be in the game. But like I said, you don't really want a build that has 99s, everything off rip, because you're gonna have cat breakers. What are you gonna use your cat breakers on that build that had all those 99s, right? Because you already have the 99s. So what are you gonna upgrade? You know what I'm saying? Your mid-range, your fucking interior defense that's a 25, you're gonna make it go to a 30. So you gotta have those things in the back of your mind. If you plan on grinding this game, you need to be thinking about those things, okay? So these, in my opinion, are the best guard builds in the game. I'm gonna break that builder wide open when I get into it. I am Thomas Edison of the builder. So listen, shout out to Double H, shout out to Double H, shout out to Kang Doom, shout out to Solo, and shout out to Truly Huncho for the builds. But listen, this is very important. Do not click off. I'm going to get in that builder and be like Thomas Edison, inventing shit, inventing a light bulb. I'm going to be like Alexander Graham Bell, locked in, inventing the telephone. I'm going to invent something crazy. So notice on. So I guarantee it, if I don't invent a game-breaking build within the first month, one of you are getting $500. You can claim it. You could fucking screen record this right now. If I don't break the game within the first month and create a crazy build and post it, I owe one of you $500. Comment right now. It's got to be before the game drops. You got to comment, I'm here for my 500 or something like that. Comment that. Okay? If I don't break the builder within the first month, you get $500, one of you. So lock it in. All right? Because I promise you, turn noties on, subscribe. I'm going to be streaming, posting content, posting tutorials, not even just for the builder, for everything. How to be good. I'm going to be hawking this game. I have no college no more. I'm graduated. I am locked in. I don't think you understand. This is personal. This is personal to me. So if you're trying to be on a personal get back grind right now with me, with AyCartii, drop a like, subscribe, turn on noties, and I'm here for y'all boys. Let's get it. God bless you. I love you. Shout out to those boys. I will be dropping more videos, so stay tuned. I love y'all. When I get in that builder, we're gonna be at a different type of timing. So this should just get you thinking. You know, you don't have your build yet. You got to get in that builder yourself. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to give y'all some information, get y'all educated. All right. I love y'all boys. See y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.